What's up, guys? It's Manny here, back with another video today. This is the Manny Watkins Basketball channel where you can take your game to the next level. Don't forget to hit a like and a subscribe for me. It really helps the channel out. Today, I'm going to be touching in on what you athletes should be thinking about when you're picking a college or picking a school that you're going to. Check it out. So the number one thing that you need to be thinking about when picking a school is playing time. Obviously playing time is a huge key. If we're serious about our game, we have to know we're going into a situation that's going to get us more playing time. We need to have the coaches backing. We need to know that we're going into a team, we're going into a situation that is going to be favorable to have us on the court opposed to having us on the bench. You cannot continue to get better at your game without playing time. And you know, it might not be your dream school, it might not be the school you thought, but I promise you, if you make the decision and you put playing time into your thought process, you won't be sorry. The second thing, coaching staff. So coaching staff is really key. You don't get on the court, so you don't get playing time without the coaching staff putting you on the court. You're going to be dealing with your coaches every day. They're the ones making the game plan. They're the ones calling the plays. I mean, they're not out there running the plays, but they're the ones that are telling the team what plays to call. They're the ones that are building the culture of the entire program. They're the ones that do everything for the entire team, for the entire program, whatever it is. Coaching staff is at the forefront of that. So you have to have the right coaching staff. You have to have a coaching staff that sees the value in you. You have to have a coaching staff that trusts you. You have to have a coaching staff that does all of those things, or you're not gonna reach your full potential. You know, a lot of people say, well, as long as I keep working on my game, like as long as I do this, it doesn't matter who my coach is. And to an extent, you're right, you're correct. You know, always keep working on your game no matter what, work on it every single day. But if you don't have the backing from your coaching staff, I don't care how good you get, you know, you'll play, but you'll never get to realize your full potential. So you've got to have a coaching staff on your back, and you need to identify this in the recruiting process or the searching for schools process. If we're in high school, you need to be meeting with the coaching staff. You need to get a feel for which coaching staff meshes well with you, and then you need to put that into your decision on what school you're going to decide to go to. The third thing is fit. I've talked about fit a few times in a few other videos. I'll put these videos linked into this video right now, but fit is so key, and you know, I've talked about it. I'm going to continue to talk about it because it is one of the biggest things that you guys need to understand. You really need to understand it. I'm serious. Fit. It's so key. So think of it like this. If you've got a puzzle and you've got the shiniest piece ever, and it's such a nice piece, it's the edges are perfect, it's colorful, and then you've got a puzzle that's pretty much completed. You love this piece. This piece just catches your eye, but you put it on the puzzle and it doesn't fit. Will the puzzle look better with that really nice, expensive, shiny piece sitting on it, not fitting, or will it look better with, you know, the piece that might be a little bit more dull, might not, you know, be as shiny, might be a little bit cheaper, but it fits perfectly into the puzzle and completes the puzzle and makes the puzzle whole? I'll let you answer that. But fit is so important. Don't try to be the shiniest, you know, best, most expensive piece to the puzzle, which I'm not telling you to not continue to work on your game and be the best you possibly can be. But you have to understand, when you're picking a school, when you're picking, you know, where you're going to take your future, you've got to fit in with that puzzle that's already there. The foundation's already there. It's already been created. You're just going to be a piece to it. You got to make sure you fit. You have to fit in that puzzle. And if you don't fit in the puzzle, you're not set up for long-term success. So go in, you know, if you're a point guard, how many point guards do they have on the team? Are their point guards upperclassmen? Are they about to leave? Are they younger point guards that they really like, and it's going to be a tough time for you to battle those point guards out? Are you a shooting guard? Is it the same case? Do they have a lot of shooting guards, older, younger? You've got to look at these things, and you've got to take this as a real detailed process, because this is your future. Whether it's you going to college, whether it's you going to high school, NBA, it's not really, you don't really get to, I'm going to this NBA team, not this one. It doesn't really work like that in the league. But if high school, college, middle, wherever school you're going to, you need to be looking at these things, and fit is one of the most important, because if you are the right fit, you will excel and you will reach your potential a lot faster than guys who go to schools just for other reasons and they don't fit in. The next thing, demand. So any of you in class, supply and demand. We learned that in all our economics classes. Even learned a little bit about it in maybe a social studies class when we were younger. But supply and demand, and it can fit in anything in life, and no different when picking your school. So you got to go where they want you. And you're probably saying, okay, well that's coaching staff mixed with playing time. But hear me out on this. Demand is if you're in the recruiting process and the coach is all over you saying, we can't do this without you. And you have to be careful, because a lot of coaches do that to a bunch of guys. But there are also a lot of coaches who are like, we have a really good team. We'd love for you to be a part of it. And you're going to be a part of something special, and it's going to be special with or without you. Things like that. You've got to gauge that demand. Make sure you're going somewhere where you are really wanted, because if the coaching staff or whoever really wants you, they're going to do a better job of trying to make you successful when they get you, because it looks better on them. If they're fighting for you, hey, I really want this player to come to my school, I really need this player at my school, and then you get there, they don't want to look bad if you don't pan out, if you're not very good. So they're going to try to push you to success. And that's only going to make your journey a little bit easier when you've got your coaching staff behind you pushing you, when you've got people in your corner pushing you to try to be successful. If you look at the NBA, when GMs select a guy in the draft or whatever, they try to push that player. That player has a lot more leeway to mess up opposed to other players, because that was their selection. They wanted that player, so it looks good on them if that player does well. So go where you're wanted. It'll help you out. It'll make your path a lot easier. The next tip, location. Location is key, and a lot of the times it's not only just for yourself and being close to home, but you've got loved ones, you've got family members who are going to want to go see you play. But then also, you will do better in an environment that you understand, and an environment that you are more comfortable in. And this is not to say, hop out of your comfort zone, or this is not to say don't hop out of your comfort zone. Stay in your comfort zone. It's the best thing. I'm not saying that. If you're in Florida and you want to go to school in California, and that's where your heart is at, and you've done some of the things I've already talked about, be my guest. Go to that California school. You go do what you want. But think about location in terms of, I am going to be at a school where I've got my support group, closer to me geographically, which always helps. Chances are, since it's a closer area, that you've already had contact, or you already kind of understand the school, so it'll make your decision from some of the other things I've talked about a little bit easier. And then just mom and dad, for mom and dad, have mom and dad can come to the games a little bit easier. We don't give our parents or grandparents or whoever helped us out in our journey enough credit for how we got to where we were. So making things a little bit easier on mom and pops never hurt anything. But location, people tend to think you just throw it out, it doesn't mean anything. I think it does. I think you have more knowledge in certain locations. You've got more pull in certain locations, and I think this is one that needs to be thought about a little bit. last thing, and before I get to this one, please hit the like and subscribe button. It really does help the channel out. I've got a lot of things in the pipeline for you guys. I've got a lot of tips, tricks, how-tos. I'm actually gonna even be getting into the gym and showing you guys some drills and stuff that I did when I was playing at the Division I level that helped me excel to be a starter in the SEC. I've got an ebook coming. I've got a lot of stuff in the pipeline, and you guys hitting the like and subscribe button really does help this stuff come to fruition. But the last thing that I wanted to talk to you about, you athletes that are picking schools, is think 4 years down the line, not just in the now. You've got to think about where you're trying to go to in the future. And when I say this, I mean like you might have, say from a college level, you've got an offer from, let's say Duke. Awesome, everyone would love an offer from Duke. I personally didn't get an offer from Duke. Coach K, don't know what you were thinking. I was a good player, but we won't talk about that. Not talking about it. But say you get an offer from Duke, and you also get an offer from Weber State, smaller school, Weber State, Wichita State, one of the smaller schools. Your initial thought is, I'm going to Duke. I am going to Duke. I don't care. I'm going to Duke. Whatever you have to say, it doesn't matter to me. If you look at it again, okay, I'm going to Duke, where each year they're going to be bringing in top high school talent every single year. I'm fighting for playing time with other, top NBA level guys, which is fine, but I've got a lot more obstacles. When you think you're going to Duke, you've just alleviated all obstacles. It's not really the case. Opposed to going to Wichita State or Weber State, where I'm probably going to be the man. I'm probably, going to shoot a lot of the shots. I'm probably going to be able to run the show. And think about that. When you look at a Damian Lillard or a Fred VanVleet, these guys ran the show all the way up into the NBA. And it builds that confidence that at Duke, you're just going to be another cog, and unless you're one of the top guys coming out of high school, you might not even get the opportunity to show that you're going to the NBA. Yes, it'll help that you have the Duke name around you, but it's not necessarily, Duke and then automatically to the NBA or automatically to where you want to be. You need to think about it a tad bit more. Going to a smaller school, there are some times, I went to a big school, I went to Arkansas, most of you guys know that, but there was times when I was like, man, I should have probably went to a smaller school, ran the show, been the guy, and use that to propel me to the next level. I always tell myself, hey, look, if I would have went to just a little bit smaller school, I wouldn't be here making videos right now. I'd be, in the NBA bubble. Kidding, guys. Even if I was in the NBA bubble, I'd still be finding a way to make these videos. I love doing this for you guys. Like and subscribe. But yeah, you've got to think about long term, not just now, what looks good now, what's the easiest now, what's the best path now. Be in the present, but also think long term as well. Anyway, guys, that's it for the video. Thank you for making it through the entire video. It really does help the channel out a lot when you watch the entire video. And then when you smash that like button, and then when you hit the subscribe button as well, and then while you're doing that, you might as well hit the notification bell so you can get all the notifications of any videos I'm uploading over the course of the week or whatever it may be. So thank you guys for watching. This is the Manny Watkins Basketball Channel. Peace.